Let me ask you a question. If I asked you to explain the whole entire lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, including every single detail, every single death, every single everything, would you be able to do it? I'm hoping you say no, because if you can, you need some serious help. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Scott Cawthon released this game on the 8th of August 2014, and his intentions, other than apparently being racist, was to release a horror game with jump scares, pretty much.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through. Ah, fuck! What the fuck?
Also, this game was his last attempt at making video games because his previous games were pretty arse. The game was simple. 4 animatronics. Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, and of course, Freddy. And Golden Freddy, but we'll get to that in a second. You play as a security guard, and throughout the night, all you need to do is keep them out of the security room and prevent them from trying to, like, put you into an animatronical suit, pretty much. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm 18 and I don't put much research into my videos. Also, I know how you FNAF fans can be. Anyways, as the name of the game states, you spend 5 nights in this place, which each night getting harder and harder. There is also a custom night when you finish the game where you can, like, set the difficulty to each animatronic, and if you can do 2020 mode, who really cares at this point? It's not even hard.
Oh my god! Oh, I did it! Ah!
The game had some simple lore. There was a phone guy that no one really knew anything about. The East Hall camera would sometimes change from the pizza place rules to an article about the place, and apparently some man in an empty animatronic suit went around and murdered 5 kids. The bite of 87 happened, which apparently didn't even happen in the first restaurant, apparently happened in the second. There was also a bite of 83, which was in the 4th game, which occurred before the bite of 87, obviously. Wrap your heads around that, fan base. Do you guys even think Scott Cawthon even understands his own lore? Let's check. Also, phone guy dies on the 5th night in this game. And also there is a Golden Freddy who, when appears on your screen, shuts down your game. My brother got this once on his iPad, it was pretty cool. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was the exact same game except there's no more doors. There are toy animatronics, a puppet, and all the other animatronics from the first game are now withered or some shit. Also there's Chica, like toy Chica. Back up, y'all. Honestly, this game was a cakewalk and the lore in this game is so damn confusing. The game takes place in a different restaurant. This is the first game I think where we get like little mini games about the lore. We got this one where you play as Foxy and the kids just turn into confetti and then they're dead. Also, Purple Guy makes an appearance. We also give cakes to kids with a little dude crying outside with a loser. Oh yeah, he also dies. Then as the puppet, we give kids animatronic heads. Pretty sure this just means we're turning the dead kids into animatronics. We also play as this bloke and follow the puppet, but I don't really know what happens, to be completely honest. Explain these to me, FNAF fans. I don't understand anything and never have. Moving on. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. The literal worst game of the entire franchise, and I'm sure everyone can agree. This game was just arse. The main animatronic is Springtrap, and there's like a ton of phantom animatronics who no one really cares about. I played this entire game in one sitting at a concert that I wasn't interested in. That's how easy this game was, to be honest. I sound like I have a massive ego. Anyways, I never even knew this game had anything to do with the lore, but let's figure it out. Also, when I first got this game, like Scott Cawthon trolled me and gave me like a fucking platformer or something. So apparently in this game, you're not even like in a restaurant, you're playing in a horror attraction called Fazbear Fright, the horror attraction or something. Honestly, who gives a shit about the 3rd game's lore? Let's just like, there's like nothing in it. Seriously, please, if any of you can explain it to me, please let me know. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, my personal favorite of the series. I first played this game the night it released at a friend's house when I was like 11 and accidentally like wet the bed, lol, so I'm never going back. FNAF 4 was released on the 23rd of July 2015. In this game, you play some dumbass kid in a house, but I remember hearing that it was like a hospital room and everything was a dream or something, but I don't know if it was proven or not. The animatronics we got in this game are as followed. The 4 main animatronics as Nightmare animatronics, Nightmarone, Plush Trap, Balloon Boy, and Nightmare Balloon Boy, and yeah, that's about it, and there may be more, I don't really know. Also, I played FNAF 4 in VR, and man, it was scary as shit. No, you don't scare me anymore, move. At the end of FNAF 4, there was a box that was closed and it said, perhaps some things are best left forgotten for now. No one really knew what this meant and no one actually ever figured out what was inside of the fucking box. Some people theorized it was the crying child's body and some people theorized it was the friends we made along the way and shit. I was also reading a Reddit thread asking the same question if it was ever revealed what was inside the box and some dude just responded with yeah, but won't tell anyone what it is. Apparently in an interview, Scott Cawthon literally said that the fan theories are much more complex than the real answer, so he just decided to not tell anyone and just keep it best forgotten. So in theory, FNAF 4 was truly never solved, and I don't think that Scott Cawthon even knows the story in his games anymore. He also stated that whatever was inside the box kept changing, so there isn't really any point revealing it. Nice work, Scott, you had more success making racist statements online. Apparently this whole game is a nightmare, and you're playing as a bite of 87 victim who had their literal head chomped off by Golden Freddy, meaning he has no frontal lobe. Also meaning that this game does not make sense at all. It is literally impossible for the child to be scared in this game as he has his whole frontal lobe chomped off by a Golden Freddy, like I just said. And without a frontal lobe, the brain literally cannot process fear or something, I don't really know. And without without fear, one cannot have nightmares. Meaning this kid could not have had these nightmares, as it is literally impossible for him to be scared. Scott Cawthon did no research about real life. He is too focused on being racist. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Or it has also been speculated that Scott Cawthon was aware of all of this and we aren't actually playing as a Bite of 87 victim. I cannot comprehend this shit. I don't understand how any of you think this makes sense. Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. Perhaps another one of my most hated. Not because it was bad and everyone is gonna disagree with me on this, but I just prefer sitting in a room, checking doors and shit. In this one, you kind of actually need to follow a story, I think. So the animatronics in sister location all look pretty stupid. They all look futuristic, kind of, and they are called Funtime animatronics. The story is kind of confusing, so it kind of goes like this. William Afton created Funtime animatronics to kidnap children, but his plan backfires as his own daughter gets killed. And after a while, all the Funtime animatronics don't want to be killing kids anymore or something, and they all pretend to be malfunctioning so they can be taken to the scooping room. Throughout the game, you begin to trust Circus Baby, and you follow her into the scooping room, where all the animatronics were all like melted together and made ended. And once you're in the scooping room, they pretty much just kill you and take your skin so they can leave sister location without being caught. Well, this is what the wiki is saying. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not matpat. This is what I mean by if you can tell me all the story in FNAF, you're actually kind of weird. Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator. My favorite game of the series. Literally, it's just an arcade game. Like, look at this. What more could you want? You even get to build your own pizzeria. Anyways, once again, the lore in this game was really vague and kind of stupid, but you do get to stare at some animatronics. Anyways, fucking love this game. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. The VR Five Nights at Freddy's. I've played through this game multiple times and I finished it multiple times. It was such a banger, but I did accidentally kind of like rip my Oculus Rift while playing this game. So this game is also just a compilation of every other game in the series, but you can play it in VR and stuff. It was pretty cool. Also, there was this guy called Glitch Trap. No one really knew who he was. Maybe he was William Afton, but I don't know. Apparently, no one knows. Anyways, FNAF Help Wanted didn't really bring any new content except for like cleaning the animatronics. There was also a Halloween DLC released for this game with very little lore, which apparently isn't even canon. So like, what the fuck, Scott? Then they made a FNAF AR game for the phone. Didn't play this shit and never will. So let's move on. I don't even know if there is lore in this game. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach was actually a good game. I enjoyed this game a lot and actually want to play it again, but the thing is with this game, Scott Cawthon didn't make it. Scott Cawthon pretty much quit gaming development to focus on spending time with his children, like what the hell. And Steel Wool Studios developed this one. My one problem with them is that creating this game is just like, the animatronics do not look scary at all in this game, but it's whatever. Oh, and Steel Wool Studios also developed Help Wanted. I kind of forgot to mention that. I wasn't really a fan of like the security breach lore because most of it is just like, it just seemed less scary and more catered to like little fucking kids or something. You play some kid called Gregory who thinks it's an awesome idea to spend the night at a mall with robot animals. Then you pretty much just go through the game working with this dude that looks like Freddy, killing other animatronics and taking their parts, upgrading Freddy or something. I don't know, I haven't played it for a while. I didn't really understand any of this lore either, but apparently this alligator killed Bonnie and that's why he isn't in the game. Rest in peace, Bonnie. And apparently William Afton somehow has control of all of these animatronics. But apparently William Afton in person, I thought this guy was fucking dead, is here in Springtrap in the game. I thought he died like 7 times already. Apparently in this game, William Afton is going to get killed, but just before he dies, this thing called the Blob, I don't really know, which possesses multiple children's spirits, just takes Afton away. And yeah, he isn't dead again and probably will make a comeback in future games. The mall gets shut down just as like nearly every place in this franchise, and that's the end. Well, one of the endings. There are 6 endings overall. They also released a DLC called Ruin for this game, but I never played it, so bad luck for you guys. I'm not going to cover it. Also, FNAF Help Wanted, VR Five Nights at Freddy's, number 2, literally just released. And when I mean it just released, it released 3 months ago and I still haven't got it because my headset is broken. So I'm not going to cover that either, and apparently people aren't really fucking with the lore in those games either, so that's tough. Also, there was a Five Nights at Freddy's movie featuring the worst character from the Hunger Games. I actually really enjoyed this movie besides the fact that on the way there some guy crashed into my car. I didn't really enjoy the story in the movie, but matpat was in it, so that's a plus. I don't think the lore in this game is canon, but it follows the story really closely, and I fell asleep at the end of the movie. Anyways, that is the unexplainable lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. Once again, I know I missed everything, and this was just a whole video of me complaining about the lore and how it could like never be solved. It always changes. Literally, Scott Cawthon said that the lore has changed so much and he pretty much just follows whatever fan theories are out. Either way, great games, lore sucks, in my opinion. And that's all. Thanks for watching again, my fellas. Remember, I've got a Discord if you guys want to join and talk shit about me like everyone in the chat does. Anyways, I'm gonna go watch Frozen as I've been like craving it all day, and I'm gonna make a coffee and may possibly go to the bathroom. You feel me? Anyways, I'm just yapping, trying to make this video to 10 minutes long, so I may just leave a photo on my camera roll, like a random photo, until it hits like 10 minutes. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys later.